Saturday to everybody. It is time for HLC Saturday Solutions. HLC stands for Householder Lifestyle Consulting. We shorten it, HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services, where we give basically 3 tips of things that have come up during the week that help people in their business life, or their personal life, or their spiritual life, that we feel the need to communicate, right? So my name's Christina Rue. I'm Vice President here at HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services.
Hi, I'm Krista Rue, President at HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services.
We're moving it around a little bit. We're in my office today instead in the front of the big main office.
I need to get you a picture or something.
Yes, something. It's plain. And I'm not a blah human being. So that tells you, since we got here, how busy I've been. I haven't even got to decorate. So, anywho, we're going to talk today. We'll recap what we did last week, and then we're going to talk about 3 things in addition to what we talked about last week. Go ahead.
All right. So, again, to recap, we talked about budgeting and the need to revisit it throughout the year. And then we talked about cybersecurity and the need for cyber insurance, and to make sure your cybersecurity matches what you told your cyber insurance you have.
Correct.
And then we also talked about Norrin Chamber had a very nice event.
Yep.
And how it's important to, again, strengthen community ties in any way you can. And chamber events are so easy to do that, to catch up on people and what's happening in their business.
Exactly.
Because we find our vendors there as well as our potential clients.
Correct. Yeah, so it's a win-win for everybody involved.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
was that 3 already? The chamber,
that was the recap. The budget, cybersecurity.
I missed the budget.
Well, she's paying attention. Should be a fun show.
It's Saturday! So happy.
All right. So our 3 topics for this week. We promised we would start the profit and loss, which is where bookkeepers live. This is where your business is doing for your either calendar or fiscal year.
Correct.
Where do you stand?
So all the transactions, most would say 90% of the transactions you do in any bookkeeping software you have, which of course we like QuickBooks, but you might have Peachtree or Microsoft or some industry specific software. 90% of your transactions are going to hit the profit and loss. So you have to know kind of what's going on in your profit and loss. And it's 2 main sections, and Chris is going to talk about the main first section.
All right.
Now, it could be 3
right.
sections. But
some people call it sales, some people call it revenue, some people call it income. But either way, it's money into your business.
Pluses! We like pluses.
Pluses are good. Now, what I want to specifically talk about from a revenue standpoint is if you're a consultant and you do one thing, you're allowed to have one income.
Correct.
Where it says sales, consulting, whatever. However, say you do multiple types of consulting and you want to know which one is bringing in the most money. So guess what? We're not going to have just one line that says consulting. We're going to have administrative consulting, maybe budget consulting, if you do what we do, or like say you're a contractor, you might have residential, you might have commercial, and even within that you could have subcategories of, say you do plastering, painting, and drywalling. Do you want to keep track of all 3 of those separately to see what you're really making money on? So, and that's from the gross dollar perspective.
Correct.
And we're going to talk next week about cost of goods sold and how those materials come directly off of your gross revenue dollars before you even look at anything else.
Yep. And like you might say to yourself, well, I'm an attorney. Why do I need multiple streams? It's all legal work. Well, You could be helping businesses. You could be helping personal people. You could be doing injury litigation. You could be doing estates.
Subcontracting work for
other firms. Like, that's 5 different revenue streams I just came up with off the top of my head.
Right.
So, like, these are things you want to pay attention to. Now, if you just subcontract and it's always money just coming in through subcontracting,
it's always the same thing.
Easy peasy. But, like, what if you subcontract for injuries, plus you also do subcontracting for just regular wills and divorce, whatever. Right. Like, so you'd still want to track all that and how it comes into.
Your first year in business, you might not. You're just trying to get in business.
Correct. That's it. And these are things you can get more detailed as you need to. That's right. Yeah, because trust me, the first couple years in business, you're just trying to stay afloat, get the bills paid, get yourself paid, keep moving forward. So, like, we're just this. But if you do this from the beginning, if you think about it from the beginning, yes, it's good habits. And, like, this is why we do a free 1-hour house call with people going into business. Let us help you think through some things that'll make your software meaningful to you. So, just something to keep in mind there. But it all has to do with the income side of your business. How does it come in?
Right. And we're willing to help you. Because, like, we just had a conversation with one of our vendors, which they're excellent at their own bookkeeping. They don't need a bookkeeping service, but they might need help thinking things through.
Right.
So I tell them all the time, you don't have to use our services, but maybe you want to use our brains. Okay? So have that free house call. And then we have some of our clients, I meet with them twice a year. We go over what's happened. Should I have classified that differently? Should I have handled something differently? What do we anticipate coming up? And that's it. 2 hours, in and out. You feel secure. Your business is moving in the right direction.
Right. Yeah, so different things to keep in mind. But again, all this stemmed around our conversation about income, because these are things you want to think about. How does that money come into me? Even if you're planning just for your household, how does it come in? Does husband bring in money? Does wife bring in money? Do you have a child that seems to not be able to find their own apartment, so they're giving you money?
Right.
So I'm like, there's things to think about even from the household perspective. And from the nonprofit perspective, let's talk about grants. You have to track that income separately. And that grant income is designated. Meaning, if you're a nonprofit and you get a grant to run one certain program, you cannot use that money for anything else.
Nope.
So you need to be able to see it come in as income. Then you got to wait and use it. And then any corresponding program expenses can be paid with it, but not regular expenses.
That's right.
So, like, that's a whole different conversation for nonprofits.
That's right. So, again, we're just trying to educate everybody on the basics of the profit and loss. And it can be as simple as you want or as complicated as you want. But it has to speak to you.
Correct.
You want to be able to print that report, look at it, and in 2 seconds, you know where you stand.
Yeah.
And if your reports aren't telling you that right now, you need to talk to someone.
Let them speak to you.
That's right.
Let your reports speak to you. Make it meaningful.
Exactly so.
Nothing worse than digging for information that could have been at your fingertips.
Yes. You don't have time for that. You're busy doing your business.
That's right. Work it!
All right. So then the second thing we want to talk about is that employee retention credit.
Oh. Yeah, because we had more calls this week about it and conversations about it. So you can, we told you this before, you can go to our website, hlcbookkeeping.com, and there's a link right there that you can click. It's a tax rebate specialist link. Just click on that and you can
take you right to the pre-qualification.
You can go right to the pre-qualification page and see if you qualify or not. All you have to know is the name of your business, what your contact information is, and how many employees you had in 20 and 21. And then once you do that, then you're going to pop up on my screen as interested, and then you're on my list, and I'm going to call you about the ERC, and I can walk you through the next step, or you can do the application by yourself. It's completely up to you. But the thing to keep in mind is if you went on our list to call, click on that link so you can start getting on our list, and we can then make the phone call. So we're working really hard to try to do at least 3 to 4 processes every week for the ERC, so get on the list.
That's right. All right. So then the next thing I want to talk about is...
Oh, wait, I had to follow up with that.
Go ahead.
One of the people that I talked to this week had the question of, can't my accountant just do this? Can't my payroll company just do this? Yes.
Yes. Do it. Have someone do it.
Exactly. The point is to get it done. We found, and we're part of this group because we had so many inquiries about it, we had to come up with a solution as a way to do it. And again, all this does, you have to answer whether you qualify one of the 3 different ways or all the different ways, and which 6 quarters you qualify for. And it's a very easy system that we're a part of, and that's why we chose it, so that we could help you organize your information quickly and get eligible quickly, I guess you'd say. Everybody's eligible. I just did a seminar on it this morning. Everybody's eligible in terms of, were you in business in 20 or 21? And then you have to start saying, oh, well, how was I affected by COVID? And answer the questions. So right. At least try,
You're all
people.
Eligible to pre-qualify to see if you qualify.
Exactly.
Yes. So it doesn't hurt just to do it. Mm-hmm. And if it says, nope, you don't qualify, now you know.
That's it. Now you know.
That's
you
right.
don't have to worry. And then when you get the bazillion phone calls from all these people promising, I have to tell you this. So we had a client, we got ERC money for over $100,000 they qualified for. They got a letter in the mail from another ERC processing thing that said that we can promise you over $1 million in employee retention credits.
If you're going to jail.
people, you have to go through legitimate processors, because they don't, if they're doing it wrong, you're going to have to give that money back. So, and it's illegal. So make sure you're doing it correctly. Go through a reputable place who knows how to process, knows the right questions to ask.
Relationship with the IRS.
That is not just guessing. Hey, look, they had 30 employees in 19. They're going to qualify for all this money. Not every employee qualifies. If you got PPP money, it's going to come off that total. But they come up with this wackadoodle amount that gets people all excited, but it's not a real amount. So just stay reputable. That's all we're asking.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. All right. So the third thing we want to talk about, it's spring. Mm-hmm. So we should be looking at everything with new eyes, because things change, right? So have you been a visitor to your business lately? Mm-hmm. Have you walked in your door to see what your decor says about you, how your employees greet people?
Yeah.
Are they welcoming? Are they ready to help?
Do you have obstacles in major pathways because it's tax season and you're boxing up stuff as you get things done?
All right. So when I was in the hospitality industry, we used to do these things called discreet dining, where we would ask a well-known customer who used that restaurant a lot to come in as a discreet diner on us. They would pay for it, and then we would reimburse them, just to evaluate how was your service that night, were you greeted properly, asking them to really look in detail at our decor, at our uniforms, and give us feedback.
Yes.
The whole purpose of it is not to be a gotcha to your employees.
No.
The whole purpose is, how do I serve you better?
Correct.
Okay? So, now, could it point out that they might have had an employee who was having a bad night and things didn't go well? Sure. But that's a training issue that can be fixed.
Correct.
But if your employee's walking up there and going, I don't care, whatever you want.
What's the special? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll go get it.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That you need to know about.
Yeah.
Because if they're doing it to them, they're doing it to everybody else.
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But
And,
it's
and
not a gotcha.
even easy signage. Do you have customers always ask you where the restroom is? Perhaps your signage isn't appropriate.
Right.
So, like, these are just little simple things, but we're in our business. So we look at it every single day.
Right.
So
You get
things
used to
that
it.
might be obvious to somebody who's new to that environment are not obvious to you as the person who sits there every day. So, like, it doesn't hurt to have people say, stop in, tell me what you think.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
And it's just a good idea to look around. What's your landscaping? Does it need attention? What's that saying? to
Garbage behind the bushes.
Right.
That's all I do is clean behind the bushes in front of our place. And I don't know where it comes from. Like, I don't know if people are throwing things out windows as they go by. I'm like, where does this come from?
Right,
Or
but you
whatever.
want to be aware of what are people subconsciously seeing about my business.
Correct.
And could they be getting an impression I don't want them to have?
Correct.
So, just since springtime, I was like, you know what? That might be something to talk about.
It is. It is. a
Because
good thing.
it's a new beginnings.
Yes.
So
I
let's
agree.
start it off right.
We went over.
Oh my goodness, we're chatting.
Spring
Okay.
has sprung, and we are just talking. Okay, so things to keep in mind for the upcoming week is, what is our thing here? Review your profit and loss statement. Get
Think about
qualified.
revenue streams.
Yep, get qualified for your ERC if you're not on our list
That's right.
already. And then visit
Your
your
business.
business like you're brand new
new.
to it, and get people who've not been in your business to come into your business and give you what they see as feedback. I think that is easy peasy. Plus, then you get to visit with people and have a great day.
It is. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's it. So please have a blessed Easter,
Mm-hmm.
blessed Passover,
Mm-hmm.
and we hope to help everybody next week too.
Yep. Have a great time this weekend. Bye-bye.